out. How freaking cool is that? Oh, I love it. Brakes all work.
They do?
The rears aren't as good as they should be.
So,
but I think it's because I had it with no wheels on in the back.
So what you're trying to say is maybe it's got brakes?
It's 100% got brakes.
Apparently something's wrong with the door.
Back on the beautiful Lowrider Astro van. Today's video was supposed to be on the 81 Suburban, putting the 454 back together, but the parts store messed up one of my orders. Also, the exhaust manifold that I ordered, I was supposed to get next day. That's not going to be here for 2 more days. And, you know, in the real world, an extra day or 2 is not that big of a deal waiting for parts. They mess up. You know, I'm not going to throw any names out there, but every parts store, we've all been through this. They mess up, order the wrong part, you have to send it back, get another one. Not that big of a deal in the real world. In YouTube world, though, when you're doing 2 uploads a week, that basically kills your deadline. I mean, there's no way. I'm not going to get these parts until Tuesday, and my video has to be up on Friday, so not going to happen. We are going to work on the van. It has a lot to do. I am going to drive this by the end of this video, and I'm hoping, knock on wood, that is in a couple days. And you're not seeing this video 3 months from now in March or April or something. Hopefully we don't open up another bag of worms. We were going to take it for a drive the other day. Carburetor was junk. Had to order a new carburetor. I also ran it into the wall about a month ago because I bought a shitty carburetor. The throttle was sticking, all kinds of issues. I slammed the brakes down and I lost my pedal. Didn't know what happened at the time. Well, me and Dad started putting new body panels on it the other day, and I popped the rear brake drum off to see what was going on. The wheel cylinder was blown out. There was no shoes on it, no mechanism to it at all. All of basically the entire inside of the drum was gone. So I have to order shoes, have to order the mechanisms, the springs, the brackets, all that is missing, and put a new wheel cylinder on. But luckily, that stuff has all came in. We have a lot of other things we have to fix. Before we can drive it, the carburetor isn't on yet, my new carburetor, and I have to put an adapter on that carburetor, so it's going to be fun. We should be good to go after we do a couple of things, and hopefully we are taking her for a drive by the end of this video and making some sparks. I put titanium drag blocks on this thing forever ago, and then just ran into issue after issue trying to drive it, and then of course ran it into the wall way faster than I should have. First thing we're gonna do is dig in to the wheel cylinder, and let's hope we can figure it out and we have all the right springs. Let's go. Well, we had to get a little cute here. Our adapter didn't work. Had to do some drilling, had to do some figuring. Not great, but carb is on now. This one has the right fittings for the throttle linkage and stuff, so I shouldn't have to make anything like I did on the last one. The last one was having problems already, and then we had to kind of get cute with it and make some throttle stuff, and I think that was some of our problem, and it was sticking. Don't take it for a drive that's sticking, obviously, but I am a dumb person. Carb is on, baby. Sweet. All right, now, throttle's right there. Boom, perfect. Where's my other cable at? Right there. Boom, perfect. That should click right in, I think. Oh, yes. Okay, that's good there. That is too short. Can I move this? We might need to extend this cable just a little bit, and then we're good. Okay, let's do that real quick. I think I can just move it right there, and then we should be good. Ooh. Okay, got the brake done. It's on. I do not have any brake fluid to get it drained. Got the carburetor on. And I need one little fitting for my throttle cable. because it won't go in the stock fitting. It's about a 1/2 inch too short, and I don't want to pull it too much because I don't want to break it. So they sell, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a throttle cable clip for a stock one, and I can move it up a little bit, drill a hole, bolt it up, and then it'll be there perfect. I was gonna try and hold it in with like a hose clamp, but it's just not working the way I wanted to. It's kind of janky. So I'm gonna go to the parts store, get some parts. I have the fuel line that I need for the front already. I just need to bend it up and cut it. And I have the vacuum line for the rear. So I should be able to hook the fuel line up, have fuel. Once I get the throttle cable hooked up, have throttle. We should be good. There, we'll obviously double check everything because we ran into all kinds of issues whenever we tried to start it. Not too bad. We'll be back with some parts tomorrow.
The next day.
Okay, I got a new bracket to hold the throttle cable, but I have to weld it, and I'm currently out of argon, so we're gonna use the shitty little Temu handheld wire feed welder. Caught something on fire. Okay, that is very solid. I'm gonna hit it one more time. This thing actually works great. I want to shit talk it because it's a freaking handheld wire feed. It works great. It's flux core. I hate flux core, but it works great. All right, sweet, cool. I gotta let that cool down because it'll obviously melt the throttle cable if I hook it up right now. Got my fuel line hooked up. I gotta get this vacuum line hooked up now. Oh God, way too big for a vacuum line, but it's gonna work. Vacuum lines are hooked up. I think I still have one more in the back. Fuel line is hooked up, tight, everything is good. I also have brake fluid. I need to get some jacks and get this thing up so I can bleed the brakes, but my jack stands are over at the other shop. Also my brake bleeder is. So we're gonna run over there real quick, and whenever I get back, we should be able to hook up a couple wires, plug the throttle cable in, try and start the old girl up. I'm excited. See what happens. Okay, I got my brake bleeder. Where? Oh, there it is. Okay, jeez, I already thought I lost it. I got that. Got the jack stands, got the wheels off, got it up off the ground. I'm gonna finish up with the carburetor install. I have a couple wires that need done. Need to get the throttle cable hooked back up since we welded our little tab on it. I think there's a couple vacuum lines, a couple things that need bolted back up, and then that should be done. Then, instead of trying to fire it right up, I'm gonna let my battery charge a little bit more. Apparently, I had that just unhooked for the last month that this thing's been sitting, so it was pretty dead. So we will, after I get the carburetor 100% buttoned up, we will bleed the brakes. Then throw some power to the fuel pump, see what happens. It should be okay, but I don't know. The last time it ran, yes, it ran into a wall, but it was running like shit. Carburetor was a little wonky. This one's a little bit different. Had to kind of use an adapter. Don't always love those adapters, but we'll see what happens. Let's get it all buttoned up. Then we will do the brakes. Let's go. Carb is in. The 27 vacuum lines are all hooked up. I tried to delete some that I could on the last one, and I just had vacuum leaks everywhere, so I hooked them all back up. Giant pain in the ass, but I'm not gonna fire it up yet. I want my battery to charge a little bit more. Let's bleed these brakes and hope that we don't have any bad lines or anything. Whenever I cut the front cross member, I made new lines in the front. The rears I didn't touch. I just had to basically build that brake from scratch. Shoes were gone. All the mechanisms on the inside were gone. It was a pain in the ass, but it should be good now. New wheel cylinder too. So let's hook up the vacuum bleeder and see what happens. Check it out. The proportioning valve was fighting me a little bit, but we got rear brakes and we got front brakes. Front brakes needed bled so badly. Now I know obviously why we hit the wall, because I put all new lines in and I think I just let it gravity bleed, but I didn't actually use, you know, the sucker to suck it. Hey, yo, pause. Whenever I first put this on there, on the passenger side, it pumped air out for literally 45 seconds. And it drained the master cylinder almost empty. So that, because I had to make that whole line all the way across. So that didn't do anything, whatever I kind of semi, you know, bled it before. So that was just pure air. So that's why we had spongy brakes. Obviously didn't have any in the rear because we blew out a wheel cylinder. I didn't know that at the time. And also there was nothing there. They didn't have, it's not like the shoes weren't there. The shoe mechanisms weren't even there. So I had to replace all that, but we are good now. 0 leaks. I left it under pressure for 10 minutes while I was messing around. Everything is still good. No leaks anywhere. Very, very happy. Brakes are super solid. Anytime you have a proportioning valve, it can kind of be a bitch on you. The rears just did not want to pump up right. It's because the proportioning valve, you know, was kind of being weird. Did the fronts, did the rear again. The rear has such a small reservoir. I drained that twice, bleeding it. So one time I had them both perfect. I was so happy. And then sure enough, all of a sudden my brakes were squishy again. I came up here, it went dry and I sucked air back in the system. So that sucks. But I mean, it's literally like a couple capfuls. I have no idea why they would have such a small one. You know, the rears don't need as much as the fronts, obviously, but still, that's crazy how little that is. Finally done. I'm going to hook up my fuel pump. Well, actually, I'm going to clean this because there is brake fluid everywhere. I had the tops off of this originally, and it just shot all over the place. I'm going to get that cleaned up, blow it all out real good, then wire up the fuel pump, see what the hell happens. Hopefully she runs. We aren't doing shit with it on the ground. I'm going to leave it jacked up. That's what I should have done in the first place, and kind of see what happens. So let's do all that. Okay, everything is hooked up. Fuel pump should be hooked up to the key now. There it is. I don't see any leaks. Yes! I can't tell if I got a vacuum leak or not. Do the starting fluid trick. I don't have any starting fluid. I have brake cleaner. It should do the same. What you do is kind of spray around where you might think a leak will be. And if it revs up, it obviously has a leak. The idle set really low, probably too low, but we are obviously going to take it slow after last time. Let me throw this chair in here real quick. Just going to sit it down. I'm not going to bolt it yet. I'm going to throw it in gear and see what happens. Oh, come on, you heavy bitch. Move all this shit out of the way. sound super happy, but it's running. Oh, you know what? Oh, I just realized I'm an idiot. The exhaust on this side is cut to here, and that exhaust is cut way up there, I think. So I bet that's what I'm hearing more than anything, because it feels great, but it sounds weird. But I think it's because I have a hell of a lot longer exhaust on one side. I need to check that. I had to cut it, and I was going to redo it. But before we do any of that, I'm going to set the camera up, start it, throw it in gear, and we'll see the wheel spin. I was watching the drive shaft. I couldn't see the wheel, but if the drive shaft's spinning, obviously the wheel should be. But let's do that real quick. All right, let's see what happens. I think this side was spinning. I don't know if the other side was. It did not stop as quick as it should have. Now, obviously, when there's freewheeling and there's no weight, it's harder for it to stop, but I still should have had it stopping quicker. And I think I heard a noise up at the master cylinder, so I'm going to go look at that real quick. Oh, I had it way overfilled. It actually popped the top off. Spilled shit everywhere. Didn't realize I had it that full, but apparently I did. That'll do it. Okay, well, that's why. Now it's on there all the way. Yeah. They have a little valve on them, but I think I was pushing it so hard it popped it. That's why you don't put way too much fluid in it. Sweet. It runs, it drives. I'm so freaking happy. It is smoky in here now. That's not good. I don't know. I can't tell if it sounds... You'll never know exactly what it sounds like because the speaker is always different from what you hear. It doesn't sound bad, but it sounds off. I don't know if that means there's like a dead cylinder, or it could obviously be spark with this one because we've deleted all of the ECU bullshit and we just have a carb on there. But it also could be, I think one of my exhausts is 3 foot longer than the other one, which is very bad. They might go, it might be a 2-into-1 and then out, which would throw it off a little bit. I'm going to crawl into there and look real quick. But first, I'm going to turn my fan on, and it is, I think, 2 degrees outside. So we're not going to be here much longer, but I do want to get all the smoke out of this damn thing. Okay, it's not as far off as I thought, but the other side is probably a foot shorter, but that's not bad. That shouldn't really cause any noise. So we need to look at that. I actually think I have some exhaust at the other shop. I might throw a couple pieces on it before we take our drive, but either way, she's drive ready. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get this van out of the shop, but she's ready for her first drive finally. It's been forever. So excited. Ready for the drive. It is going to be a bitch to get this thing outside. It's also currently snowing, which is upsetting, but we're going to try this tomorrow. Today is Saturday night, Sunday morning, something like that. So hopefully tomorrow I can have time, have Dad help me move some shit around, get this outside. The problem is, some of you are going, oh, we'll just move the 56. No, there's a Suburban behind it that's outside right now. Finally got all the parts in for the Suburban. My exhaust and my push rods were 2 days behind, so I wanted to have today's video out on that. Didn't get the parts in time, so Friday's video will be hopefully driving the Suburban after we get it all put back together. But yeah, if we move those two, I should be able to kind of make something happen and get it outside, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. So excited. Might throw an exhaust on it. Don't know if I'm going to have time. We'll see. Definitely need to get the drive. Also, whenever you're a broken front tooth asshole, F's sound crazy. First drive, yeah. Also, this cold feels amazing on this piece of shit. I cannot wait to get it fixed. We'll be back. Got to throw some wheels on. Got to throw some dollies on to move some shit around. It's been like a year since I've drove it. I drove it once when it was still together, and then we cut it all up to fix a bunch of stuff, get the airbags so they actually laid on the ground. And I am ready, to say the least. And then we wrecked the living shit out of it a month ago. Got it all put back together. It is time. I mean, once this thing is driving, it's really just a little bit of metal work, a little bit of body work, paint. We'll be back tomorrow. I am so freaking happy, you have no idea. Let's go!
The next day.
All right, we are back. Yesterday, we got it running and driving, obviously on jack stands. It is time to try and get this old girl outside. Now, the problem is, Corvette's in the way, 56 is in the way, 55 is kind of in the way, but not really in the way, but kind of in the way. So, I'm going to put the wheels back on this, probably throw some dollies on it and try and roll it outside. But before I do that, I want to put the front end back together. I want to try and get the bumper on. I need to test fit the bumper anyway with the airbags, because if I remember right, the bumper's too low and we might need to do some work to it. So I'm going to get all those parts put on, get the wheels back on, get it on the ground, and then try and get the damn thing outside. I don't know if I'm having enough time today because we're already running out of sunlight. But worst come to worst, we drive it at night or we drive it tomorrow during the day, which would probably be better anyway. But yeah, let's get to work and then start moving some shit. I started throwing the wheels on, and I completely forgot that my alignment is all over the place on this. It's kind of, they're both pointed out a little bit. Not a ton, it's not crazy, but it's enough that it's going to be a bitch. I forgot all about it, and I remember whenever I was pushing it the other day, it was hard to push. And I was like, this shouldn't be hard to push, it's light. Well, that's why. These wheels, they kind of want to do that. So I'm going to do that real quick. That would be smart to do before a drive. And then we will start putting the front sheet metal back on. I think the bumper mount might just be sitting there. Might have to do some work on that as well. So yeah, let's just keep going. This has been fighting me for about an hour, but I think I finally got it. Ugh. Where's my PB blaster? Also, this tie rod is not in great shape. It's not super bad, but it's also not super good. Needs replaced, but it'll be all right for now. It'll be okay for now. Oh. If the threads weren't so shitty on this, you could spin it on the car and just, you know, lengthen it or shorten it, but it's so rusty I had to take the whole damn thing out. It's gonna fight to the last thread, for God's sakes. There we go. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Still hot from the torch. And then we should be able to install it. My front end is wider at the front, but it's only like, I think 3/4 of an inch. So I only need to go in a little bit. You think if it's 3/4 of an inch, you move it all the way in. 3/4, no, because your back moves whenever you move it in. So I don't need a much, but it might be more than I have adjustment for, so I might have to trim a couple threads off this. I should be all right, but we'll find out. It's all gonna move a lot easier after I get all the rust out of it, so let's do that. Okay, finally got that adjusted. Now the only bad thing is I only adjusted to this side because it didn't need much. But if you adjust your steering, you're supposed to do both sides. So technically it'll turn more one way than the other. I double checked it with the steering wheel, it seems fine. Like I said, I only had to go like 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. It didn't have to go much. So we should be fine, but if you're ever doing tie rods, do both sides. Much smarter, but I am not smart. I'm always nervous when I use this. This thing is a beast. I love it. It's the best impact I've ever had, but you gotta be careful. These will snap wheel studs in 2 seconds. Whack, whack, whack. I've done it more times than you'd ever imagine. Alignment is done. I'm gonna start putting some of my front end parts up. This bumper support, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just a bumper support. It's not fully mounted because I wanted to just have some adjustment in it if I needed to move it around. So I'm gonna throw the bumper on, throw the grill, the lights. I took all of that shit off. I put it all on once, went to throw the fender on and realized this core support had to come forward like 4 or 5 inches. So beat the hell out of it. My fender isn't bad right there. It can kind of get mounted, but we're gonna test it by putting the other stuff on, see if anything else needs to move. I think it's okay. Hood still fits like shit, but that's gonna be Dad's problem. We're gonna make that a Dad problem. So yeah, let's start putting some front end parts on. So considering I bought this as a joke, we've used it a lot this week. damn it, I lost that freaking nut off my helmet. I'm actually starting to get the hang of this stupid thing. That's not bad for flux core. I'm gonna hit it with a wire wheel and show you. All right, now keep in mind, I've only flux core welded like 3 times in my life, and that is a handheld welder. I'll take it. Not the prettiest son of a bitch, but it's not going anywhere. Ha! All right, let's get this bumper on.
Two hours later.
All right, I spent about 2 hours messing with this hood. Didn't need to, didn't have to, and it's still not perfect, but I wanted to be able to shut it if we take it for a drive. When we take it for a drive, not if. I think I'm good. Oh shit, oh no, that was already broken, I broke it again. Shit. Either way, it latched, but it went down too far. Now, will it unlatch is the big question. Yes! We definitely need to get our stoppers back in there. This grill broke, funny enough, over here from shipping. And I think I just finished it off. Oh, why did that sink in so much? Why did that sink in so much? What happened there? Oh, that might have been being wedged by the grill. I need to shim that headlight out because that is sticking out way too far. We really moved some shit around when we hit the wall, let me tell you. Yeah, so that's in a hell of a bind. Look how this was being held in by the grill. Or maybe that needs to come out some more. Oh well, either way, that's fine. They were sending me a new grill anyway, but definitely we got some fitment issues. That's funny, it all like sprung whenever I slammed the hood. But that's okay, I'm going to throw the bumper on and then we're gonna get this thing on dollies, start trying to move some shit around. It's already dark, so we're not gonna do it tonight, but tomorrow the old man's gonna come down and help me. That one needs to be off dollies, this one needs to be on dollies, so we can push that one out and then try and roll this guy over there. Might have to move the vet over a little bit. And then the goal would be to put the 55 up here, but that's going to be tricky because I got all the suspension ripped out right now because I'm doing airbags on it. But that would be the best if I could get that up here. And then the van I could just pull in and out real easy. Let's move some shit around, get a bumper on, and call it a night. All right, she is on her dollies. Body is kind of put back together. Still needs some stuff, but that's okay. Does my bumper hang lower than the rocker panel? Let's check that real quick. Maybe, maybe not. Oof, we might find something out whenever we lay that down. I cut the lip off it a year ago, 6 months ago, however long ago it was when I was working on this thing. But I don't remember if it hits or not. But either way, threw dollies on the vet, got it over 6 or 7 feet, so that's gonna make it a little bit easier. But I need help from the old man tomorrow to get this big girl out of the way, get the big ass Suburban out of the way, and before we take any drives, put the hood back on the 55, because that hood is perfect. That's the reason I put it up there. I said, let's put it up there so we don't have to worry about anything falling on it or whatever. We'll be back tomorrow, take her for a drive, and wrap this video up. Finally, got all of my engine parts for the Suburban. I had to get some gaskets, had to get a new key because my key was all tore up. There's the push rods. They sent me the wrong ones first, but got them fixed. And then there is my brand new passenger manifold. Also got new spark plugs, everything else that I needed, manifolds, or exhaust gaskets. Oh, that's shit I had. What else do I have in here? Oh, new exhaust, what do they call these? Manifold gaskets. Those came with it too, so Got everything we need. Should be good. The only reason today's video wasn't on the Suburban is because half of this shit took longer than it was supposed to, and then they sent me 4 intake push rods, or they sent me 16 intake push rods, and on a 454, they're different lengths. Your exhaust are smaller or vice versa. So, had to send 8 of them back, but everything is good now. I have everything buttoned up. So, after we take this drive on the van, back on the Suburban, baby. All right, we'll be back tomorrow.
The next day.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, you go over the other side there.
Can I go?
I don't know, that picture's
Just because you're 7 foot, I'm only 6'8", doesn't mean you gotta be a dick about it.
No, it looked to me like I was 7 foot. Then you're barely 6 foot.
I was bending down.
Is that what it was?
I was bending. Oh, shit. You go to the front so I can get my fingers up.
Got it.
Got it? There you go.
Okay, baby.
Perfect. I love this car. I love it, love it, love it. Okay.
So we're gonna take this on a maiden
It
voyage?
runs and drives. I had it on jack stands. Starts. Throttle isn't sticking. Brakes all work.
They do?
The rears aren't as good as they should be.
So,
But I think it's because I had it with no wheels on in the back.
so what you're trying to say is maybe it's got brakes?
It's 100% got brakes. The backs just might not be great. It was stopping perfect, and then I started it. I didn't have wheels on, so there was nothing to stop, I think. I don't know. We should be fine. We'll be all right. We just got to make sure.
Before we drive it.
Yeah, but we're going to make sure there's nothing in the way, just in case.
We could park it against the wall.
I was thinking about starting.
then try.
I was thinking about, no joke, I was thinking about starting it because we're moving the 56. I was thinking about starting it and putting a chain on the pole there just in case it gets away from me. I'll have the chain and stuff. It should be fine. We're way good this time.
You know, you're
No, listen, I had
a
a.
lot better than what has happened.
Oh no, trust me. I got to fit in the hood. This whole core support, I beat it out with a sledgehammer 6 inches. It still needs to come some.
Yeah, and you're stuck here, see.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's gotta do a lot.
You're gonna hit that fender opening that door, aren't you?
No, I already opened it. I had it open earlier. I didn't hit it. See? See? It's perfect. Just needs a little bondo. What you do? I don't know what goes there. What you do, that big gap.
Why is that like that?
No idea. That big gap right there, you just fill that with like an inch of mud.
No, you don't.
That's the right way. All right, let's move some shit. It's already getting dark, damn it. Oh, and since I worked last night, it has snowed 4 inches and it's currently -4 or something right now. So.
But tonight's gonna be -20.
Yeah, -20 tonight, -10 in the morning. There's no way the kids are going to school tomorrow, so yeah.
You're out.
Let's move some shit.
You got all the cameras on?
They should be on now. Hold on, this thing's focusing weird. Nope, there we go. I'm giving you this. Now what? Put this strap around your hand. If you drop.
Take them gloves off. Put those gloves on.
No, I don't need gloves. Driving gloves. These were when he was riding a motorcycle.
Yeah, no, they were in the truck. Okay. Is it playing right now?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, it's got those little.
The same numbers.
Come here and look over here. Right there. That means I'm talking, right?
That's your mic, yes. If you
Okay.
don't see those, let me see. Yeah, your mic. If you don't see those, that's when it's a problem. All right, so what do you want to do?
Start it up,
Okay.
and let's drive 5 feet and then hit the brakes. We got that other building over there to stop you.
That door ain't gonna stop shit once they have it.
I'm not doing that. No, wait a minute. Okay, so now, start it up. Put it in gear. Put it in gear with the foot on the brake. It stopped. It stopped all the way. There you go. You got her done. You drove it. Okay.
I got the
Why? Or you ran out of gas. You didn't run out of gas? Hey, but you did good. You didn't hit anything.
No! There's no way I ran out of gas!
But you did good. You didn't hit anything.
Oh no! Hold on, there's no fucking way it's out of gas. The choke's all the way closed.
Yeah, you
It might actually be out of fucking gas. It might actually be out of fucking gas.
Hey, you got brakes. You didn't. You got brakes, and you didn't hit nothing.
There's no way I'm out of gas.
What's this wire right here for?
That's my fuel pump.
Okay. I'm smelling gas.
I smell gas, which is not a... Oh shit,
Pump.
it's low as fuck. Oh no.
You don't have any gas.
Oh no. Oh no.
You don't have any gas?
Oh, I don't think I do.
I can't see
I
nothing
think
there.
it's so low that it's not picking it up.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Let me see, hold on.
You don't have any gas in there. Let's see what you got there.
I hit the bottom.
Yeah, you hit the bottom. You ain't got gas.
That's curved too.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's, round 3, we're missing gas.
Gas in it.
It's
What?
so freaking cold.
5 gallons?
I can't get my fingers,
Uh-huh.
and I was out for 2 minutes to pump the gas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a short swing when it also starts snowing again.
Yeah.
Good times.
We got the heater going. It's choking real bad.
Son of a bitch. He tried to steal my thunder. It only starts with the choke on. Maybe not. No, there's no way.
Apparently something's wrong with the door. Did you figure it out? Ah.
It's getting late. It's getting late. I'm running out of give a shit.
It's not running. Okay.
Turn that one on. Let's see what happens.
So if you go in there and start it up.
And just go slow. Yep, got it.
And it's moving. For some reason we're shutting the door and it's killing it. There you go. Don't go too far away.
First drive!
Come on back.
Oh, my door shut!
The door closed.
There's something wrong with the wiring. When the door shuts, it kills itself. I had
Gotta
to
open the back door.
shut.
Open the back door.
What the shit is going on with this thing?
You got power hooked to something.
I got something hooked to something.
Yeah. It's gonna
If the
shut.
door shuts, it dies.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, baby!
Take it back to the shop.
There we go, we're good. All right, now.
Notice how it stops?
Door's getting shut! Shit! Door shut!
Door closed?
We need to get a ratchet strap for the door. Or wait, put something in the way so it won't shut. Like, I don't know.
There you go. Just drive it.
All right, sounds good.
Back to the shop.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, hold on.
No. Okay, go forward.
Don't hold it, I'm going.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Which one's the back? Which one is the backs? Okay, let's just drop them all. Hold on.
You're gonna plow some snow. You're gonna plow some snow.
Huh?
You're gonna plow snow.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Door's gonna close.
Check her out. Wasn't much of a first drive. We got some electrical gremlins, but that looks pretty bitchin'. We can move other shit in easy. Sweet. So the stuff you didn't see after our tiny little drive was pushing all this shit back in, and it took forever. This we could run into with the truck, you know, just bump it. Couldn't do that with that, so we had to hand push it. It sucked. That probably took an hour to get inside. Well, half hour. This was outside for, I don't know, maybe an hour while we were messing with the choke and figuring out we had wiring issues, and it got that much snow. What is that, 2 inches? Well, let's be honest, that's probably 8 inches. 7.5 inches. So it is really coming down out there. I'm gonna blow this thing all off so that when I come in tomorrow, start installing our new engine parts, it's gonna be a wet mess, but at least it won't still be stuck on the truck. So yeah, holy shit, what a pain in the ass this whole thing was. It drives! Wasn't amazing, wasn't great. Funny enough, after we kind of figured out the little electrical gremlins we got going on, those definitely need fixed. It was running, then you shut the door and it'd die. And then we fixed that, and then it moved to the back door. If the back door was open, it would run. As soon as it would shut, it would die. So we're like, what the hell? Mess with it some more. It actually started running perfect after that, but Dad had to essentially hold the door open. Whenever he left, I ratchet strapped the door open. Ran great. It's kind of buzzing it around. Couldn't do much. The snow is piling up. I mean, there's probably 6 inches of snow out there since me and him got here a couple hours ago, and we already had a little bit more before that. So train wreck for first drive. I did drag the titanium blocks a little bit, made some marks in the snow. That made me happy. We will do a more proper first drive after we go through a couple things and there's not snow. It's also the low tomorrow, or no, the high tomorrow is -4. That's the high. The low is like -15. It's supposed to be that for a couple days. It is ungodly cold. We were out there moving stuff and our hands would hurt. Had to come in and get them under the heat for a little bit. The only good news is, whenever you have weird, just crazy weird shit like that going on in a car, shut a door and it dies, it's almost always a ground situation. And if you've been watching these videos, I actually cut through every single wire to the ECU. Now, I've soldered them all back together. I went through them 10 different times. I didn't mean to cut them. I didn't realize where they were at the time. But there's a really good chance we're missing a ground somewhere or something needs ground better. A lot of times, you might have like too many grounds going to one spot. I know there's one on the engine that I don't love. Somebody was in there before me, and I think there's 5 grounds on one spot on the engine, and they're pretty thin wires, so stuff like that will definitely add up on you. But she's sitting outside. I wanted to get the Suburban in so we can start installing our new engine parts that finally showed up. I have every single thing I need to get this thing buttoned up back together. So tomorrow I'm gonna come down, start on that. So Friday's video will be that. First drive wasn't great, but I'm still so happy. It's running, it's driving. Me and Dad were talking about it, looking at the bodywork. I think I could fix the sheet metal. The floor's open right now from the rear airbags, but it's all flat. I mean, there's nothing there. I think I can fix that in a couple hours, and then I have a new rocker panel to put on. That's 20 minutes. I mean, that thing should be ready for paint pretty damn quick, maybe half a week of work. So I don't know when the next video is gonna be on that, but the next video, she's going to be running, driving. Hopefully it's warmer. We can take it for a real drive and maybe paint it. I don't know. I actually like the white. I hated the white originally. I kind of like the white. I think all white with like some Lowrider graphics would be so much fun. And we'll probably paint that one down here. I'm not going to get involved with the CRX or the Toyota paint job. We might just have some fun with it, bring it down here. But I don't know when she's going to be back on the channel. Might be a little bit. I am so happy it runs and drives. I moved it. We had it out in the middle of the street. Took it out, buzzed it around a little bit. I also need to put the window regulator back in the passenger side. But I mean, look at that thing. But I mean, what are we talking about? How freaking cool is that? Oh, I love it. I think our titanium drag blocks are already covered in the snow. Yeah, they are. Son of a bitch. Hopefully he got them on camera, but I don't know if he did. All right, I'm going inside. Oh, that was so great. So freaking happy. It runs and drives. I love it. Vans suck to work on, but that one is really close to the finish line. Can't wait to get it painted and all that fun stuff. Really, really good time. For the coolest merchandise on the planet, go to Caseyscustoms.com. If you see a design that you can't find in your size or you want it in a different color, shoot me a message. We can do any size, any color now. I have more designs coming. There's 4 or 5 new ones on the website right now. I have even more that the designers are working on, so stay tuned for all that and more. If you are not subscribed, please hit that button now. It helps the channel grow a bunch. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good shit they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some of my other videos. Peace! I love ya. We might have to change the channel to Toothless Customs, because my dentist canceled my appointment today. So hopefully this fucking thing goes away quick. Love you, bye.